Yeah, yeah. Uh, guy that I know got a platform called the Deep Program Show. Uh, he was saying that he's sick of niggas, and I am too. Uh, I'm sick of niggas. The worst thing that ever happened to the trucking industry is they started letting niggas drive trucks. Yeah, I'm saying it again. One of the worst thing ever happened to the damn trucking industry. They started letting niggas drive trucks. All of this technology that you see on these damn trucks, all right, because niggas. Uh, they're putting all kind of shit on these damn trucks now. Besides cameras, all right, they got a radar in front. Let me put my attention in here. Uh, put my attention in. They got a radar. They got a radar uh, on the front of these trucks now. All right, to monitor your speed and your following distance and your braking. All of this because of nigga, nigga truck driver. Oh, I don't know. Nigga truck driver always in a damn hurry, following too damn close, ain't paying attention to doing something else in the damn truck. Before you know it, traffic done stop up ahead because he ain't had the big picture. All right, and there you got accidents, if not a fatality, and all of it because nigga truck drivers. See, nigga truck drivers. Now, let me clarify something. On this, I ain't just talking about black folk being a nigga truck driver. There are black and white nigga truck driver. Nigga is a person that ignorant and stupid, hard headed, evil, got an attitude a lot of times, don't want to listen, all right? They want to do it the company way, they want to do it their way, all right? They're always in a hurry. Nigga truck drivers drive a truck just like some of these car drivers out here. They always got to be in front. But all this technology that they have on these trucks nowadays, big companies like Warner, Prime, Swift, Snyder, um, New England, uh, U.S. Express, Night Transportation, Greek Carrier. They got all this technology on truck, and a lot of it boils down to safety. All right, but they had to put all this stuff on the truck in order to accommodate nigger drivers because they needed drivers, right? So they had to find a way to manage a nigger truck driver. So now they have to comply, because every time they get out of line, that damn radar and that damn camera tell on. Every time they brake hard, they have to make a real hard brake. That radar gonna tell it, and it sends a signal back to the driver manager. He might question you, or sometimes get on the phone right then, and you know he can look at that mirror. I mean that camera too. While you're driving down the road, he can watch you. All that's because of nigga truck drivers. When they start letting niggas drive truck, if we follow too close, the rules say don't be no closer than 6 seconds behind a car or another vehicle at all times. I mean, well, see, uh, no closer than 4 seconds. All right. My truck that I'm driving, it'll give me a signal that I'm following too close. If I get uh, below 3.6 seconds following distance, okay, and it automatically alerts my driver manager. He go to my screen and look at me, and he can evaluate my whole trip on a run, or even look at me driving at the present time. I called in the other day because I was backed up in traffic. Traffic was about a 3-mile backup, and I was talking to my dispatcher. My dispatcher, hold a minute, said, let me see what's going on. And I see now. Good God Almighty, that's a long backup. I said, you can actually see me. He said, well, I can't see you. She said, but I can see it rushing in front of your truck. I said, wow. Okay. See, the trucking industry was losing millions of dollars every year. Okay, because of accidents. They were being sued because of driver having an accident and he was negligent. So they had to find a way to manage nigger truck drivers. A nigger truck driver is a terrible thing. You don't have too many of them on the road nowadays. The ones that are out here are owner operators because they couldn't comply, didn't want to comply with the company rules and regulation on safety. So they went and got their own truck, so they won't have to comply with company policy. They got their own policy. And let me tell you another thing that nigger truck drivers would do back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And their action is contribute to what these companies is putting in the truck today. And eventually, They will go to the automation driver. There may be a driver in the truck, but the truck will run on automatic autopilot. Now, because of a nigger truck driver, it's hard to get a safety bonus now. Safety bonus at one time, when I first got into the trucking industry in the 80s, was if you drove a year or 6 months without any accidents or incidents or citations, you got your safety bonus. Now your safety bonus is evaluated by a radar and a camera. So if your driver managed to get so many alerts that you were falling too close, or you brake real hard, or you swerve real hard, okay, or if you were speeding, that radar have the ability to know the speed limit on these highways. All right. And if you over 4 miles, well, yeah. In this truck, my company got it set up. If you're going 5 miles over the posted speed limit, then you are in violation. All right. That's a penalty against your safety bonus. And once he gets so many alerts, it automatically kicks you out of getting a safety bonus. So your safety bonus is evaluated by a camera and a damn radar. You get so many alerts through these little instruments that they got on your truck. You might not have no accidents. You might not have got no citation. You might have got all of your loads, whether you were loaded or empty. Your pickup and your delivery was all safe. But that radar and that camera can jeopardize your safety bonus. And all this because of nigger truck drivers. They had to be able to manage a nigger truck driver, Rambo truck driver. Truck driver was always in a hurry, impatient. Truck driver that always would break the speed limit. So a lot of these big companies like Swift, all right, Swift pay their drivers about 65, 70 cents a mile. If they've been there a minute, it could be up to 80 cents a mile. But they got the truck governed. They got the truck governed to about 65, maybe 68 miles per hour. 65 on the flow, maybe 68 on the cruise, or vice versa. Okay, so all this is because of a nigger truck driver. That when they had the trucks cut up to 70, 80, some companies I work for, their truck was run 90. Okay? Niggas wouldn't do right. They got a lot of speeding tickets. They had a lot of accidents. Okay? But back then, we didn't have the uh, anti-lock and brake system on the trucks and the trailers. So when you got down, really got down on them brakes, you start sliding left or right. So them wheels were locked. All right. That trailer would go to the left or the right. And if you didn't, and before you know it, you really had to stop. You was in a jackknife. And you was going to get hurt. If a car was beside you and you had to put the brakes on, that trailer would slap that car. So companies started cutting their trucks back for safety reasons and for fuel consumption reasons. And all because of nigga truck drivers wouldn't do right. All right? So they got them cameras so they can actually see what you're doing. Now, some companies also have a side camera on the mirror. All right? Now, the reason why they put the cameras on the mirrors is because a nigga truck driver would steal company fuel. They would steal about 50 or 100 gallons every so often when they get broke. When they done got all of the advances from the company that they could get, they done out there on that west coast and stop at that casino and thought they was gonna get the casino, and the casino got them. All right. Now you can't get no more advance from the company. When I first started driving, you could get $100 advance. They increased it to $150. Some companies I drove for, you could get high as $300 advance. All right, when you first go out on the trip. But back then, that money was supposed to be used for expenses like weight tickets, and tolls. This is before they came up with the free pass. All right, see, you could spend some of it on your person, okay, but you had to show a receipt. Everything that you bought on the road, as far as the truck was concerned, you had to have a receipt. Whatever you didn't have a receipt for, and that's what came out of your paycheck. So niggas would steal fuel from the company. They'll get on the radio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll get on the radio. Break on 1-9. Anybody want to buy some fuel? What you want for it, break? How much fuel you want to sell? And do about 50 gallons. But back then, fuel was about $2 a gallon. $2.25. Well, hand, I can let you have 50 gallons for $1 a gallon. Hell, owner operator don't jump on that all day long. He's saving $1.25 a gallon, right? The nigga truck driver made him $50. Nigga truck driver made him $50. If he sold 100 gallons, he made $100. All right. Now there was two ways they were doing it. Someone was siphon that gas out with a hole. You know, all right, they get a little fuel, they get a little bit of fuel in the mouth, all right, but they get that thing to run it, all right. Where you park that, driver? So they tell each other where they parked at, and they pull up beside one another. And they pump that fuel out of the company truck into the owner operator truck. Yeah. They did it another way. See, back then, the trucks had big fuel tanks on them. We carried 300 gallons of fuel. 150-gallon tank on this side, 150-gallon tank on that side. They had to cut the tank size down when it came up with this ignition. The EPA got to complaining about there was so much smut in the air from the big truck. So they came up with this stuff called diesel fuel, call it the DFF. The DEF, call it DEF. All right, diesel ignition fuel. And what that does, it doesn't allow the soot from burning that diesel fuel to go in the air. It cleans it, make it burn a whole lot cleaner, so there won't be a whole lot of soot in the air. See, so we didn't have DEF back then. See, when they started using DEF, they had to cut down on the size of the fuel tank, at least on one side, because they had to have another tank to hold the DEF. So it would be 300. You go down the road with 300 gallons of fuel. Okay, see. So you sell 100 gallons, make you $100. All right. The second way they'll do it, they'll get a connection out there on the radio. And back then, when you went to the truck stop, a lot of truck stops didn't have dual fuel pump. All right. They had a long hole on the pump. And you pump one side full of fuel, and then you take that hose, all right, the pump, and you push it over across the catwalk, and walk around the other side of the truck and pull it, and fill up that tank. Well, a nigga truck driver find a connection, want to sell some fuel, and tell that driver to just pull up beside him at the fuel island. And he go in there and authorize to get some fuel. See? He'll pump 100 gallons over there in the owner operator tank. See? Well, companies took a minute for companies to find out that, because back then, comp data did not calculate everything. So you had to have a fuel receipt. See? And you had to put your odometer, where you could always fudge that odometer. See? You could always fudge that odometer. Read. See? So it looked like, all right, you use the fuel, or if the company gives you any shit about it, you say, well, I was at the truck stop, somebody must have stole some of my fuel. A lot of old trucks, the fuel hand wasn't working no way. See? Some company had trucks, the fuel gauge wasn't working. You had to stick a stick down in it, all right, find out whether or not you need some fuel or not. See? So a nigga truck driver was stealing the fuel. So now they got the mirrors on that. They got them cameras on the mirrors. All right. Tell you another thing a nigga truck driver would do. Nigga truck driver would steal the freight. They'll set the company up. They would get with some of their buddies that's in crime and tell them what they were hauling and where they're gonna be at. He go in the truck stop and let his buddy do the work. Come back at the truck stop, call the company and told the company boy he's in the truck stop taking a shower or eating dinner. Came back and somebody done broke his truck. Okay? So that's one reason they got the cameras on the mirrors. And some of the companies even got a camera back there on the trailer. See? Companies had to spend a lot of money, millions of dollars. The trucking industry had to spend millions of dollars to manage nigga truck drivers. Yeah. Yeah. They started putting trackers on the trailer. This trailer that I have a track on it. All right? And if you tamper with the tracker, it automatically call the police. Hmm? If you tamper with that camera on the mirror or that one in your truck, it automatically call the police and give the location, GPS, and everything we got. And your dispatcher could be on the phone trying to call you. All this technology was because of what happened in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s when they hired nigga truck drivers. Nigga truck drivers was the worst thing that ever happened to the trucking industry. They had to put trackers on the trailer because, like I say, driver would connect to their partners in crime, set the company up so the whole truck could be stolen. You go in the truck stop, you already know what's going to happen. Hmm? Come back out and the whole truck gone. Some of this was done by professional thieves, where the driver didn't have nothing to do with it. But a lot of it, some of it was also done where the driver was connected. Yeah. hmm Yeah. Trucking industry had to spend millions of dollars because of nigga truck drivers. I don't like nigga truck drivers. Nigga truck drivers what what gave the industry a bad name. Drug testing came in to play because of a nigga truck driver. Nigga truck driver wanted to smoke weed and snort coke and drink liquor while you're driving the truck, and they kill a lot of folks. All right, and here's just chill. All right, you know, don't take it overboard. You know, nowadays they're getting ready to even stop you within the next year or so. Uh, the DOT and the regular scale house where you stop in the scale to have your truck weighed. All right, they give you that sign, scales open. You can run across them scales to make sure your weight right. Well, eventually it'll be legal for the DOT to give you a drug test right there on the spot. We are your truck. Driver, bring your paperwork and everything in. Driver license, registration, cab card, your DOT card. And you go in there, and you hand you a cup. Go in there and pee in that cup. If you test positive, you can't move that truck. Because they got random drug tests. That companies can call you in at any time. Even if you're at home. Maybe you got the weekend off. Maybe you're on your 3 days off. They can tell you to go take a drug test. Or either you can be on the road, you can be in California. You base out of Illinois, wherever you base out of. They can tell you to go take a drug test. And you got a certain period of time to get there to take that test. And if you don't get there within ample time, they'll classify that as a refusal. And that'll get you thrown out. That'll cost you your job. All right. And it could cost you suspension on your CDL license. And all of this is because of nigga truck drivers. Yeah. Nigga truck driver Nigga truck drivers gave the trucking industry bad name and reputation. I know y'all women be talking about, yeah, truck drivers got a woman in every city. Yeah, nigga truck drivers do. Everywhere nigga truck driver go, he gonna try to fuck something. Nigga truck drivers try to fuck the cashiers at the truck stop. They try to fuck the waiters in the restaurant. And if you see a female truck driver walking across the parking lot, she could be coming or going to a truck, he gonna hit on. Yeah, yeah. And uh, when he get to the consignee or the shipper, if you see a gal in there, all right, that he think he can get a play on, he gonna try it. Yeah. Nigga truck drivers got women or try to get a woman everywhere to go. Nigga truck driver. Nigga truck driver make a bad name for trucking. Worst thing ever happened to the trucking industry is they start hiring nigga truck drivers. I don't like nigga truck drivers. Yeah. Nigga truck driver get on the road, both of them got a slow truck. One will try to get around the other. One truck will run 66 or 68, the other truck will run 67. Or they're running about the same speed. Alright? So one is impatient, but you know his truck can't run so fast, he'll try to get around the other. Now you got two trucks side by side down the road, you got traffic backed up. This truck over here in the left hand lane, he can't go no damn faster. Now the truck in the right hand lane won't slow down to let him get over. Because the truck in the right hand lane is saying, well, you know, he the one got his ass out there. He know he ain't have enough juice to pass me. Fuck it, let me stay out there. That's the mentality of a nigga truck driver. So now they're running down. I've seen them run down the road for miles. Nobody would give in. The truck in the left hand lane can't go no faster. He wide open. Huh? The truck in the right hand lane, he can't go no faster. He wide open. Huh? The truck in the right hand lane, he ain't gonna slow down now to let him go on by, get over. He ain't gonna do that. And he shouldn't have to. Because you know you got a slow truck, you need to stay your ass in the right hand lane regardless. You can't tell a nigga truck driver that. But companies have spent millions of dollars to try to manage nigga truck drivers. I don't like nigga truck drivers. My name is Bob Carr, representing Thomas. Don't be blessed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Okay? If you in your car, you look in your mirror, and you see a big truck right on your ass, that's a nigga truck driver. All right? When he get around you, all right, or if you have to move out of his way, because he wants you to move out of his way, especially if you're in the left lane. He right on your ass, he in a hurry. All right? That's a nigga truck driver. All right? And if you can, get his company name and call his damn company, because he need to be off the road. We need all nigga truck drivers off the road. All of them. We don't need no nigga truck drivers on the road. I've seen them going down the road. I mean, they're like they're on the racetrack. Right on the car ass. If something happened, that car driver, hey, the standard following distance, and this should be for all traffic, not just trucks, should be about anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Behind another vehicle. Especially truck. I do about 6 seconds. Because it takes right at 100 yards to stop a big truck at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement. That's the length of a football field. And if the road is wet, you might want to add another 25 to 50 yards. Come to a complete stop. If you're running 70, I've seen trucks running 80 miles per hour, and they're right up on a car end. Right? That's an accident waiting to happen, and it's probably going to be a fatality. Somebody's going to die, and that truck driver will never be able to drive a truck again. If he's cited, you get the citation. Right? So once again, you look in your rearview mirror, and you see a tractor and trailer on your ass, and you're doing the speed limit. Or maybe you about 3 or 4, maybe 5 miles over the speed limit, and that truck driver is on your ass. Move over if you can. First chance you get, move over. Get his company name, right? And the trailer number. Most trailers got a number. Or if you don't have a trailer number, try to get his license plate number. There should be a license plate on the back of that trailer. His company name. Call it. Snitch on his ass. So that's a nigga truck driver. You don't need a nigga truck driver. I don't like nigga